This is the one I've been using for years. When I lost my semi-auto back in 1988, that was an AR-15. I heard that somebody was making these guns and is using the 8-lug rotary bolt out of a 15 to make up a new bolt action, which I thought would be terrific because I got all the magazines and everything else that I would need to produce that, the accessories to it, and 22.5 degree bolt throw with a big magazine, 20 rounds, which was easily replaced very cheaply. So bought the action, had the barrel already. The stock was from a walnut tree outside the back door that had died, and so I cut away everything that didn't look like a stock and made it to my own design. This is the same angle as a M16, it's about 60 degrees depending on which way you're working, and this is an M14 butt plate, which gives me the best of all worlds. So I've got a really good grip, so I can hold the gun in one hand. You can line it up. This sits on your shoulder, so I can line it up like that and half pull it off the shoulder, it doesn't fall down. And when you're working a bolt or any gun, the biggest problem is to keep it up on the shoulder because it drops away. Well, this one doesn't drop, so I can work the gun very quickly without any trouble. Very fast and heavy barrel, very stiff, very accurate.
Right, and that's what calibre is that? That's
223.
What sort of you would shoot it like that? Would you just offhand, or you'd use sticks, or how would you normally shoot?
I'm quite happy to shoot offhand because I've been shooting all years and I care to remember. I'm very happy to shoot it like this. The biggest thing is some days you can hold a gun and absolutely no problem at all, rock solid, and another day not. And it's knowing the difference and taking account of it. So if you're shooting at something, keeping the sight within the area that you want to hit, provided you can do that, then you can release a round. If you can't, you could do something different. Yes, I'm quite happy to sit down or take a shot off anywhere else, but always use whatever aids you can. The trouble is, as soon as you move from here, if you see something, you pull out a pair of sticks, get yourself all organised. By the time you've done all that, very often the animal's gone. So you always work your way from, right, I've got to take the shot like this, to, right, I'm going to give it the best platform I can. What am I going to do about it? How am I going to do it? And if you move at that point, usually the animal's looking at you, you've lost it. So, unless it's in the dark. But a lot of the time I'm using my lamp, which I don't think it's connected on at the moment, that doesn't really matter. Though most of the time if I'm shooting, this is on the battery, I'm using it like this, so I'm hunting, looking round, using the lamp. Dimmers on the side here, which I can run up and down. If you see something, dim it right down, and I find you can keep the lamp straight on it then, which is a vast improvement. You haven't got to shine the light off, and if you lose it, you're not putting a lot of light out and flashing it all around the sky and spooking the animal. Keep dimming it down, and that way you can just see the glimmer of the eye, which is all you need to do to identify it. You don't need to do any more than that. And either call it towards you, and in a lot of cases these days you have to sneak up on it and gradually get closer. And if you dim it down as you get closer and play grandmother's footsteps, you only need to have it just enough to see what you're doing. And very often when you get close enough, it's just a matter of holding the lamp very carefully, get your rifle round, take it up, put the lamp down on where you want the round to go, and squeeze the trigger. And the closest I've walked up on a fox like that's 13 paces on a windy night, but it's something you have to get used to doing. It's quite fun being able to get that close to them.